Welcome back to the Aliensville podcast. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm doing a solo podcast here because I don't have one with my mom here, but I do have something to talk about here because we're going to talk about something really spicy. We're going to talk about my biggest icks about school, aka teachers, classmates, school lunch, and environment in the school I'm in middle school. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But before we get started with that, just wanted to say sorry because I did not post yesterday. When me and my mom, we were so busy to the point that we did not post. And I was taking a break, but then the break was too long, so now I'm back on track because I just edited so many videos and I went live on Twitch. Check that out, by the way. So I've never done this before on this podcast, but welcome to episode 4, by the way. So the question is, what's one thing about you that people don't know or wouldn't expect? Okay. What is something that someone wouldn't expect or don't know about me? I think that I think that they wouldn't expect me to have a gaming channel and play games on a PlayStation. I think that's what that is, because I would tell people, I also have a gaming channel and a vlogging channel. They're like, of course, gamers always have a vlogging channel, even though I had a vlogging channel first, and then I decided to have a gaming channel. I never had this happen to me, but if it did, if my teacher I don't know if it has happened to me though, but if the teacher misplaces your homework, like, girl, and then you gonna ask me to do it again? Ma'am, we ain't doing that today. No. The freak you mean do it again? I don't remember if it's ever happened to me, but if it has happened to you, then if it did happen to me, I would know. That is an ick for me. That's like, oh my god, I had an experience once, which we're not gonna say any names or anything, guys, we can't do that, but this one teacher took a photo of me while I'm sleeping and sends it to my mom. What the hell, Leonte? Like, and an ick for that is probably when the teacher wakes you up if you fall asleep in class, and then she wakes you up and then she yells at you, not even just yells at you, she's like, why are you sleeping? What did you? And then they question, oh my god. And also when they question what time you went to bed, and you be like, I went to bed at 8:30, I'm just so tired from waking up early, and they're like, well, go to bed at 6 instead. Ma'am, we shouldn't be sleeping in class, but at the same time, we're talking, what time did you go to sleep last night? What time did you go? Yeah, so she took a picture of me while I was sleeping and sent it to my mom multiple times. And I did go to sleep early. I was just tired, y'all. What the hell? I don't know why she even did that. Anyways, when the teacher, another ick is when the teacher picks on you when your hand wasn't raised. Ooh, what the hell do you mean you gonna pick on me if my hand was there's 20 people around me in a circle that wants their hand raised, but then I was stretching like this, and automatically that means that I had my hand raised. And then when I say I don't know the answer, she thinks I'm not paying attention. Ma'am, I just didn't know the answer, ma'am. You're asking me what's 3,000 plus 3,000 plus 3,000, 6 million, what's the answer? Hand raised, me in the middle. Layla! What the hell? I don't understand that. It has happened to me before. And that's because, and it only happens to me when I raise my hand for 2 questions, and then she's gonna automatically think I'm the lead star of the singer. That's another egg. When all of a sudden, when you start participating, and then there's one question and you didn't answer, you didn't raise your hand because you didn't want to, maybe, or you just didn't really know that one. She's like, Layla, speak to me outside. What's happening? Why? Are you okay at home? Have you been doing your homework? Ma'am, I just didn't answer one question. Why is the world tumbling down? And that happened to me once with a teacher. She was literally like, Layla, I thought we practiced this. Why are you not raising? I raised my hand for the other questions. What's wrong with missing one? Like, on to my icks about school lunch. The fact that people skip lines and then, like, it's like they don't have enough food or something. Like, the people skip the line and they're like, they should be like, if you haven't ate food, come up. But then they just letting people skip lines. Like, you see that there's 2 lines. Like, there's like 4 lines, and then they still over here like letting random people in. I'm like, bro. And I'm like, damn, this line is mad long. And then I will be in the back of the line where I'm supposed to be, and I always end up skipping the line. Why? Because they always never got enough food. Alright, guys, we switched spots. But yeah, it's my icks about school lunch. Now, let's do another question before we continue on with my next icks about school. We have like classmates and the way school works. Alright. What is your favorite childhood memory and why does it stand out? Oh, what's my favorite childhood memory? I went to Legoland, and I'm still young. This is why it struggled for me to remember childhood memory. But I went to Legoland, and I don't know if I actually had fun there. But in my mind, when I think about when I did at Legoland, it was actually pretty fun to me, and I had a lot of fun there. And it was honestly just like so cool with the Roblox, the Lego looking bed, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. So that I was scared of the water because it was dirty or something like that. Like, I remember it was like dirty or something, like the block was dirty, and I was like, oh hell no, I ain't getting in this water. And I was like, I don't know, 4, maybe 5, 6. Right, my next ick about classmates, people in the class, they don't know how to be quiet. My first ick is that they don't know how to be quiet. They don't stop talking. They say they want to go to gym, but they don't stop talking. And they confuse why the teacher never lets them do anything. Why? Because they never stop talking. And that's in middle school. Another ick, I could go on and on about this one with classmates. Another ick is probably the mess that they make. They bringing in food and always making a goddamn mess. And then you see a cockroach on your table and you're like, what the hell is this? Why? Because you dropped your Cheerios on the floor. The hell? Oh, another ick is that I know some people in my classroom that I used to be friends with that would raise their hand, but they will call on the teacher's name. They're like, excuse me, Mr. Teacher, Mr. Teacher, Mr. Teacher, Mr. Teacher, I have an answer. The way my dog just looked at me, look at his butt stance. He said, what the? Anyways, like, the whole point of raising your hand is for you to stay silent and wait to be called on. Why are we yelling the teacher's name? Another ick about classmates is that some of them, I don't understand why classmates do this, but the single the teacher leaves the classroom, all of a sudden, it's loud. We getting laptops, we playing video games. Ma'am, she literally is right in front of the door. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We could be taking a whole state exam and you talking about something. Hey, how you doing? I know the teacher just left. So, how you doing in your ma'am, what are we doing? Yeah, so that's what I think about classmates, guys. Yeah. It would be an egg for me about the bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you. I don't know if I don't think it's ever happened to me. Time to go home. Wait a few minutes for whatever reason. What are we waiting for? I don't understand what we're waiting for. This is an egg for me. What are we waiting for? Sitting there with my book bag on. Then, I guess it's pretty reasonable when they tell you to pick up trash. But then when they call you, by what book bag color? The first letter in the alphabet? Your eyebrow color? Girl! Just dismiss already. Say, oh, we still got a minute left. A minute to go, not a minute to do an extra piece of paperwork. And then we're staying late, and my mom was like, oh my god, why you took so long? Why? Because she gave me a whole packet left to do when we had 2 minutes left of class. Yeah, that's about, I don't understand. Oh, that's a teacher one, actually, not an environment one. Dismissing. When it comes to what I was talking about dismissing, but like not dismissing in class after you get out of class, but then your parent is coming late. But then when your parent comes in, they're like, sometimes they will be like, oh, asking mad questions. Oh, what happened? What took you so long? Oh, excuse me, you need to pick up your daughter early. Oh, you brought your son in. Just let me get out of here. Like, why are we acting all of a sudden? And then the worst part is when your parent knows the person and you meet them and you see them in the school, and all of a sudden they have a full-blown conversation, but then they start talking about my grades. A different high school, because when I go to high school, I want to go to a good high school, you know. So yeah, let me do a last question, and then we're gonna end up this podcast on a good note. Hold up. What is one thing you can't live without?
Your mom.
Oh my god, there's a bee in your hair, and I freak the flipping fart doodles out. Why? Because I throw my book bag onto the New York City street, my freaking brush comes out, and my headphones come out of the bag, and I'm there. And then the teacher picks up my bag, and he's like, Layla, okay. And then I find the dead bee on the floor, and I'm like, oh my god. 20s S, and obviously subscribe and like to this one if you want, and if you can, I love it. If you guys like this solo podcast of just me, then I will definitely do it again. But don't forget, my mama will always be in them. Sorry for not posting on Tuesday, but you guys will get one on Wednesday. Don't worry. I'm posting this today, right now, even though I'm doing it right now. But yeah. Bye.